I finally finished the second episode of the Fabric Mod series. This time around, I've tried to bring highly demanded types of fabric mods, those being modern combat mods, animal mods, magic mods, boss fight mods, etc. Now without any further ado, let's dive into the video. The Gliders mod adds a new tool that lets you not only negate fall damage, but also glide down at a considerable speed. Instead of hustling your way to the end to get an elytra, this mod provides a momentary replacement, means of flying that are attainable in the early stages of the game. The gliders get progressively faster and more durable as you upgrade your materials. Although the speed increase isn't that drastic, durability on the other hand improves significantly, allowing for extended flights. The mod also went above and beyond, adding ways to launch yourself into the sky using certain blocks, as well as certain limitations on how often you can glide. Sometimes you'll be struck by lightning and just fall to your death. The gliders mod stood out to me, not just as a paragliders mod replacement, but as a unique experience all by itself. Try it out and see if we share the same feeling. The Naturalist is a big animal mod you could use to diversify the game's fauna. There's also a bedrock add-on of the mod, although, this between you and me, the add-on is better. The mod places animals in their respective biomes. Let's take a look at the savannah for instance. Amongst plenty more, the animals you can find here included the giraffe, cute, rideable and fast, along with elephants, fat, territorial, and like to throw dirt on their backs. I really love the insects here. They give their biomes a visual boost, along with immersing you more into the wildlife. Furthermore, there are birds. There isn't much to do with these birds, but they do give each biome they spawn in an exotic feel. Looking at the sky or at a tree and seeing a bunch of birds or an eagle is truly a pleasant occurrence. Naturalist is a great mod. Sure, it doesn't compare to something like Alex's mobs, but if the add-ons creatures would be included in the Java version, oh boy. This next mod mostly has to do with sleeping, so get your pajamas and let's crash. As you are watching Enderverse's latest video, you realize it's too late. Shut down the GP and hit the sack. What you don't realize, however, is that while you're counting sheep, the crops you've planted are actually growing at an accelerated speed. The ores are smelting one after the other, and the cows are growing to be adults. SleepWarp is a mod that will get you motivated to sleep, knowing that while you're asleep, the world around you processes 20 minutes or more in just a few seconds. In almost all of my mod showcases, I use a map named Cobbled Farm. This map was originally meant for a mod called Cobblemon, so for the first time in history I'm using the map for its intended purpose. Previously there was a similar mod named Pixelmon. The difference between the two is that Cobblemon's design is consistent with Minecraft theme, while Pixelmon opted for a highly detailed and rounded look. Around the Cobbled village, you will spot many plants with 3D models related to the Pokemon folklore. To get started, grab your Pokeballs and go on a hunting trip. The Pokemons range from common to rare, but are always diverse. Cobblemon is a very fun mod to play, and for me personally, a mod that stays true to the nature of Minecraft is a mod I love. FastMove is a parkour mod that enables you to perform a different set of movements useful in certain situations. Some are quite decent for leaping from one building to another, while others will help you cling to walls, maybe to avoid fall damage or when there is lava beneath you. FastMove, although not as advanced or animated as parkour, allows many players to extend their movesets. This mod adds a new species of cats, the Caracal, aka Floppa cat. Similar to other cats, the Caracal make cute noises, but it's not too cute around chickens and rabbits, as it is a wild creature after all. The best part about the Floppa cat is how it dances to music. Sure, it doesn't sync with the song you play, it's more like a combination of meme-related dances. I find the mod to be hilarious. Call in a bunch of your friends and show off your dancing Floppa cat. I'm sure they will get jealous. Next up, we have Immersive Melodies. This mod adds a variety of medieval musical instruments in Minecraft, each with pre-installed songs that you can play. One of the things I enjoyed about Immersive Melodies is how the music adjusts to the nature of the instrument, whether it's a guitar, a flute, or something else. The music would be composed to fit the tune. You can also add your own music, but it may not play seamlessly. Adorn is a mod that I adorn. The mod adds small, simple, yet effective selection of decorative blocks. There are chairs, blocks that can hold items, and some that even let you make coffee. I could name a bunch of mods that add more furniture, but that doesn't necessarily make them better. The premise of the mod is to offer a small VanillaPLUS furniture set, and it's a seamless addition to the game. Did you hear that? With this mod, thunder now has a realistic sound physics. The volume of the thunder will amplify if it's closer to you, and turn down if it's farther away. Hear the thunder one more time if you want to know what I'm talking about. With this mod, you'll be compelled to wear leather leggings as it has a 1-stack capacity pocket. These pockets you can use to keep important items at hand reach, or to store weapons for instant self-defense. Speaking of defense, the pockets can work as a quiver, saving arrows for you, or as a tool bag where you can pull building blocks from, or set up a redstone contraption for whatever reason. The utility of this mod is a bit mixed. On one hand, you gain additional storage, on the other you are exposed to higher damage. It's a bit of a trade-off between convenience and vulnerability. For win up, we have a magic mod loaded with spells and weapons. Spellblades and such mod is great for RPG users, adding a progression system that is quite similar to Minecraft Enchanting. The mod includes techniques related to brute force and speed, others with higher reach, great animations and reaching capacities, along with techniques that can summon an army of sorcerers. For sorcery and progression, this mod is perhaps the single most important option for RPG modpacks. It's an all-in-one, but you can always add extra add-ons as you see fit. Item Placer mod makes it possible to place items on blocks and rotate them to any degree you like. This mod can make certain items easier to reach, place them as decorations, pick them up if needed. Additionally, you can store a stack of items as one item you can place. It's a decent way to store or hide items in small spaces. I see this mod being used to mark territories or hidden treasures. Besides, it's compatible with most texture packs due to its minimal intervention on the item's shape. Either you're going to use it for its functional features or to decorate a certain area. Item Placer is a mod I see no reason not to have installed. Another decorative mod on the list, and one that is bigger and less vanilla friendly, is Clutter. Just to be clear, this mod is less vanilla friendly relative to the Adorn mod, but in general, I see it fitting perfectly with any survival mod pack you have. The mod adds content that can spice up any multiplayer server, along with adding features beyond its original purpose of decoration. Clutter is great, and you can choose between it and the Adorn mod, though installing both won't be the end of the world. Immersive Guns is one of the very few mods that add modern combat to Minecraft for Fabric. For the most part, firearm mods are for Forge only, so this type of mods was highly demanded by Fabric users, but is sadly poorly supplied. This mod includes modern combat weapons such as guns, rifles, snipers and more. In my gameplay experience, I felt gratified as the sounds of the gunshots alongside the dynamic animations were very immersive, although the models and textures could use an upgrade. Automobility adds a bunch of vehicles to drive. The mod's concept is obviously not for serious RPG or VanillaPLUS gameplay, but I see it being used to construct something beyond the norm, maybe a racing context or a modernistic mod pack. You can't go wrong with this mod, as it's only for trial alongside friends. However, if it sparks your creativity and influences a potential mod pack idea, don't shy away from commenting it once it's done. I'll be sure to give my friend a proper showcase. Emotecraft is a cosmetic mod, adding a few emotes to try. I would recommend having the mod installed on a server so others can see the dances. The mod comes pre-packaged with 8 different emotes. These emotes can express feelings of excitement, anger, and sadness. In addition to the base emotes, you can install new ones from the author's GitHub. Some of these can display arrogance, relaxation, and even trolling. Although it may be overshadowed by other mods like Essential, I prefer this mod better because you don't have to pay for any of these emotes. This way you can join with friends and experiment them all for free. Supplementaries stands as the best VanillaPLUS mod of all time, adding diverse content that we're about to explore. From what I've seen, a large chunk of the mod has to do with decoration. There are globes you can spin, blocks like flags that will help you mark your territory, and announcement posts that can deliver good or bad news. Functional blocks, ones that you can interact with usefully, included presents, bombs for self-defense or pranking friends, along with spinning machines. Oh god, I'm gonna throw up. This mod is so popular, I'm aware of that, but not including it in this list would be a crime. Bobby is a performance mod that allows you to increase your render distance up to 128 chunks. Keep in mind, it will come with a significant frame rate drop, especially at the maximum distance. In addition to that, Bobby also makes it possible to render all of those chunks in any public server. Just explore the chunks, and the next time you join, they will be there. Bobby will serve best for photographers, or simply players who can't stand the server insultingly low render distances. I've always wanted to unify transportation in the game. Riding alongside friends is fun, but letting 2 players ride the same horse can be quite freeing. This functionality includes donkeys, which can store items along the way, and mules, which can also store items but are faster. In my own experience, the mod was quite helpful when battling mobs. My friend can evade attacks while I take care of initiation a counter attack, either by shooting a bow or swinging a sword.
Those are for this mods, guys, and I really want to give special thanks for my friends here for helping me out.
Hello guys!
Very helpful dude, and yeah, let's go on to the next mod.
The boss fight mod mentioned in the intro was Beneath the Wetlands. This mod focuses on an underwater cavern, mostly made out of copper. In addition, the mod also dropped copper giants that you can fight. The mod author went heavy with the production quality, making the whole experience feel novel and exciting. Summoning the boss here isn't as complex. You build it in a similar fashion as the vanilla iron golem. The damage and health bars of the golems are also not overpowered. With enough preparation, the battle can proceed smoothly. This mod, although not as intense or expansive as other Forge boss fight mods, is certainly an adventure worth checking on. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch the first episode as it is just as exciting. Like and subscribe if this content is valuable to you. And let me know if you'd like more episodes of this series, and either there's a mod I could add for future releases. Now I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.